Hello, my name is Gio from SwitchRPG.com. Today we are at the Natsume booth. We are playing a couple of games. One of actually is kind of a surprise. I am here with CeeCee. CeeCee, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm the Natsume community manager. So if you ever interact with Natsume on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr, that's me.
Excellent, excellent. Now, again, I mean, outside of the games you're currently playing here, what are you playing at home?
Oh my gosh, I love JRPGs. That's kind of my bread and butter. It's what I've been playing since I was a little kid. I actually just finished The Swords of Ditto, which is a 2D Zelda-esque game, last night before the show.
I absolutely love the artwork in that game. It's kind of got that cell.
Pretty.
Yes, the cell shading. I haven't really completed it. I'm about a few, maybe 4 or 5 hours in. I'm not in much at all, but it is a really, really cool game. I absolutely love that.
Oh yeah, I think it has everything that I love in a 2D Zelda game.
Okay. Now, speaking of 2D Zelda games, those are one of my favorite games, including Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, which we got introduced to today again. What is your favorite RPG ever?
I have to pick one?
Yes.
Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden. I have that sitting on my shelf, yet to play it. It's a major time sink. You know that.
Yeah.
It's
120 hours into Persona 5 recently, so yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Now, what initially got you into RPGs?
I always like games that have sort of a story to them, and I want some deep gameplay. And I say that with a little bit tongue-in-cheek because, of course, my first RPGs were Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, which didn't necessarily have comparatively deep gameplay or story, but they did for their day.
You're right. They definitely did for their day. And that's actually where I got my start, too. Was I actually on the NES playing Final Fantasy, and so on and so forth. And Secret of Mana, actually, probably my most favorite game, RPG ever. So, which we're getting a little bit of taste of that. Awesome. Now, let's get into what we're here for. We got Harvest Moon Mad Dash, as well as Real Fishing. Now, tell me a little bit about Harvest Moon Mad Dash.
All right, so Mad Dash is a spin-off title within the Harvest Moon franchise. So it's going to have all of the crops and the animals and the fishing and the characters that you love. But it is a frantic action couch co-op game. And it's so hard to describe in words, but the idea is you're on a field, either by yourself or with up to 4 buddies on the couch, and you're picking up crops and you're combining them together to make them grow, and once they grow, you harvest them. And the idea is you're building up all of these combos of crops and harvesting crops and taking care of animals and fishing up fish, and eventually you get your combo meter fills up and you get to just harvest everything on the screen, and it's really exciting. And it's kind of one of those things that you have to play it to understand it, or at least see a video to understand it. But I hope I've explained it well.
I think you did actually explain it. When the Twitter account kind of explained what it was initially, Harvest Moon Mad Dash is a spin-off. One of the first comments was something like Overcooked with Harvest Moon. So
yeah, no, I remember seeing that comment and going, huh.
What do they know?
That's a really good guess. Yeah, the Harvest Moon series producer Taka, he loves Overcooked and Overcooked 2. It was definitely an influence on the game. That was spot on. Now that you're explaining it, it's hilarious. Now why a spin-off instead of one of the mainline entries? Do you have any insight on that at all? Kind of my immediate answer is why not? I mean, we've had sort of puzzle games and spin-offs in the history of the series. We've had Frantic Farming, we've had Puzzle to Harvest Moon, we've had spin-offs both in and out of the series, Rune Factory, Fantasy Harvest Moon, Hometown Story. And so we always like sort of exploring where Harvest Moon can go next. And just because we're doing a puzzler now, a puzzle-ish game, doesn't mean that we're abandoning the main line.
Well, that's good, because I know a lot of people that would be a little upset if you were abandoning the main line.
No. There will still be mainline Harvest Moon games coming in the future.
Okay, great. Now let's get into the crux of why we do what we do. The RPG that I didn't know was an RPG. Real Fishing?
Yeah, so Real Fishing Road Trip Adventure is sort of an interesting combination of two games. So Real Fishing is a 25-year-old series. It's always focused on realistic fish, realistic fishing mechanics, that action of getting the hit and pulling in your haul, realistic lures and rods. And what we've kind of done is we've combined those realistic mechanics with the aesthetic of a JRPG, sort of like the Legend of the River King series. So you're three college kids that are out on this road trip adventure. You're fishing, you're crafting, you're cooking, you're leveling up, you're spending skill points. It's a JRPG that you fish instead of fight.
That sounds really interesting. I'm really into like real life fishing, so this might be right up my alley, and I didn't even know it.
I actually don't tend to like realistic fishing games, but I love Road Trip Adventure. It's just the kind of game that I can sit down and play and enjoy and look up and go, oh, wait a minute, that was 90 minutes of my day. Where did they go?
Great. Now, do we have release dates on either one of these titles?
So we're looking at PlayStation 4 and Switch. Harvest Moon Mad Dash will be coming this fall. Again, Real Fishing Road Trip Adventure, PlayStation 4 and Switch, and that will be this summer, soon.
Oh, excellent. Now, for Harvest Moon mainstream or mainline title, do we have anything in the works? Do you know of anything in the works?
Maybe.
That's a maybe. We got confirmation of a maybe. Thank you very much for doing this. Again, my name is Gio. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.